Yeah. Oh, listen, I love it. So you're still allowed to talk. It's sort of
Okay.
half the fun.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Since I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Grinding all day, you know it's game on. My skin is thick as tough.
Belinda.
Running, yeah, we stay alive. Ain't gotta look nowhere else. All of this greatness inside.
Episode 40, all about the grind. I am sitting beside another powerful woman in Clay County, Florida, Miss, you thought I was going to say your first name wrong, Belinda Ganey.
That's it.
I didn't say Willis, who happens to be sitting far left just for a minute. What's up, Willis?
She should be sitting here too.
She has many times.
Yeah.
We have a menopause thing coming up. We'll get to why she's here. Hang on a second.
I thought we were going to talk about dating.
Dating, menopause. I knew I should have put a mic in front of her. I knew it. But so look,
Yeah.
I happen to have a little bit of a tie-in with you.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean,
Tell me.
well, your son,
Oh,
Christian.
Yes, my
So,
stepson. Yes.
yeah, your stepson. See, I call it son. I mean,
Well, he's my,
how long? How many years?
Oh, goodness. 14 years?
14 years. So I knew him in high school in baseball. He was a good
Yeah.
baseball player.
Very good.
Now,
Yeah.
I found out I cheated a little bit, not on purpose, because I don't do any pre-interviewing. But Miss Catherine Wills had a birthday party, and we all went and played golf. And I moved some people around to get Belinda in tonight because we just clicked, and there was a great story that we're going to get into.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, I did. I told Becky, I said, bump that, move this, get her in. And that's when she went over there. And you went tomorrow? I said, yeah, tomorrow. Oh, I was acting like I didn't know. Sucker.
This is so out of my comfort zone. But anyway.
All you got to
Let's just
forget
talk.
is that over the years, there will be
Yeah.
thousands of people that will be staring at you and making judgments of you. And, no, I'm just
It's
kidding.
okay.
You know what? I don't care.
Yeah. It is what it is, right?
It's empowering.
It's real.
It's real. It's authentically raw.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I agree.
so you have a son. You have a stepson that's 14. Any children from previous marriages?
Yes.
Okay.
I have two sons that live in the Pensacola area.
Okay. I just want to get the whole picture of you because they make up who you are. So
I know.
are
Oh, they're
older.
great. Two older sons.
Okay.
Yes, Britt and Jonathan, and they live in Baker, Florida.
Okay, what up, Britt? What up, Jonathan? We're gonna take good care of your mother. When I hear this is not Jerry Springer, so
No.
you good.
Please.
This is not Jerry Springer. I don't just say that. That's not what this is about. You have a story to tell, and it'll come out. Whatever part comes out is what's intended.
Yeah.
Whatever doesn't, and you'll get home. You'll be driving and go, man, I wish I'd have said it'll. It happens all the time with me.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have said that, and that's why often I don't sit here and judge myself on, on these podcasts because the imperfection that I spit turns into a really neat mix of sentences for someone else, and they'll DM me, and I'm like, I didn't say that, but you did. So two older boys. Any grandkids from them?
I have I have 6 grandkids. So Christian has an older brother, Spencer.
Okay,
So Spencer's married and has a daughter, Sylvia.
5 grandkids.
Yeah. And then both of my sons have, my youngest son has 3 and my oldest son has 2.
So that alone brings us to you being an expert in mental health in and of itself, I think.
Probably.
Which really is a little bit of what you do as a work on the outside of the family. We'll get back to the family here in a second,
yeah.
but it was just a good segue for this brain. So you're in mental health. Is that? I mean, I think I just narrowed that way too down.
Yeah, it's
so
got-
let's.
it's
Well,
so
we have time.
Yeah.
We
it's
have
so
time.
hard to really narrow it
That's
down.
why. Okay, so
because
we're going to
it's
bounce around then.
Such a unique situation
I
to
know.
be in, you know?
I know. So if
Yeah.
you said I spent 50, do you spend 50% of your time on anything?
Yes.
Okay, so what would that be?
I think I spend 50% or more on Operation Positive Vibes.
Okay, Operation. So that's where we're
Yeah.
going to start. Operation Positive Vibes. What
Yes.
is it? How to start? Who? What? When? Where?
So
Or wherever
it's-
your brain goes.
You're eventually going to have to, you're going to talk to
Oh,
the
yeah.
one who really started it,
Oh, yeah.
Richard Reyes. So it's, I hope I don't go off the beaten path here too much.
You're going to
but-
go right where God wants you to go. Seriously.
So, I lost my husband recently. Well, to me, it's recent. November of last year. So Tom had stage 4 colon cancer, and battled it bravely and gracefully for almost 6 full years. Went through
6 years.
a lot. Yeah, it was stage 4 from the beginning. Just an amazing man. And during that whole time, we started just really researching holistic treatments as well, just to stay healthy, to try. I mean, when you're in a fight for your life,
You
if
look at
someone
all
told you a
options.
cow patty over there would
Absolutely.
cure you, you'd go eat the cow patty. So
Absolutely.
that's kind of what we did. We went out of the country. We did a lot. So, but I had ran into an old colleague from years ago at a clinic, Dawn, who told me about Richard fighting stage 4 colon cancer. And she's like, you should connect your husband with him.
And what was his last name?
Richard Reyes.
Reyes. Okay.
Yeah. So I did. I connected Tom with Richard through email
Right.
and just kind of stepped back. And then a couple of weeks later, they're talking and they got to know each other pretty well.
Right.
And then Tom was helping a friend of Richard's, 36, 37 years old. He was also in a battle of stage 4 colon cancer, and it was very advanced. And so Tom was going over to their house, setting up equipment, trying to help him figure out, how to
In the
fight.
midst of him dealing with his.
He helped. There was a lot. And then he had
Tell me about
his
him.
project manager. I hope it's okay to talk with his family about this,
100%.
but Travis was amazing.
You're lifting him up. I think that's
am.
okay.
Travis was
I
one
see
of
the love
most,
glowing.
Oh my gosh, Travis was infectious. You couldn't be around this guy, and I think he was between 36 and 39, 38. You couldn't be around him without smiling. And even at his worst, we're talking, toenails falling off from chemotherapy treatments.
Tell it all.
Always smiling, just always. But Tom really was into trying to help him, trying to help another family friend. They had a daughter that was 27, Sydney. She was fighting cancer, lymphoma. Then we had Zach, who had colon cancer, and then you had Tom, and then there was another guy he worked with that had throat cancer, and that had developed
As
into
I
other
dip.
stuff. So it's not smart. I know. I don't drink enough water though, so
stupid.
it's.
Do you do Celtic salt? Himalayan Celtic salt?
I do Celtic salt,
Okay.
but I don't do it in
Pink
water.
Himalayan.
Really?
You put it right underneath your tongue in the morning. You let it, Gary Brecka, he's a PhD or scientist.
I know about Gary Brecka.
Okay. If I got throat cancer, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist.
And
this
we don't
is
claim to be.
Don't claim to be. This is just us chit chatting like we're sitting on the porch. Consult your doctors.
Yeah.
Don't sue me. Get out of
That's
here.
right.
I'm a bozo. I move furniture and I don't even do it well. So, anyways, but I'll tell you what I do well is follow Gary Brecka.
Yeah, I love Gary Brecka.
Okay, I do breath work. I lost 100 pounds. I mean,
Really?
when I got rhabdomyolysis, I was in the hospital, went in for 3 days, was supposed to stay for 4. They were just rehabbing me. And so I went home. I mean, I was drinking water. I was drinking like 32 ounce glasses, 4 or 5 a day. I was climbing roofs. I was eating bananas, potassium pills, everything you should do. I was climbing in the middle of the day, and I sweat really clean and really hard. And I went into rhabdomyolysis. I didn't even know what it was.
I do.
Okay, I learned my upper thighs.
Yeah.
It ate my thighs.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was urinating. Okay, we're adult. I'll do it over 18. I was urinating brown, which is your muscles, because your CK enzymes begin to eat your
Yeah,
muscle.
they eat your-
The first thing they eat is your thighs. By the way, people, Gary Brecka taught me this. Your thighs are more important than I ever knew. I do 40 to 50 squats a
Your heart,
day.
too.
Yes, I do 40 to 50 squats a
Yes.
day to get in the morning, and I do all the arm work and the Tai Chi movements to get the blood flow going, and my veins have popped. I mean, like, I don't lift weights. I mean, I carry furniture and all, but I mean, I was amazed. And so I use the Himalayan pink salt. You do 1 pinch under your tongue, let it dissolve, and then you down an 8 to 10 ounce glass of water. And what it does is, you're going to have to go to Gary Brecka or someone smarter than me. But the way he explains it in my redneck terminology is it bonds to the molecules of your body better.
Yeah.
So it gets the water where it needs to go, because we really drink
Wow.
too much water.
Just recently I heard about the salt tablets
Mm-hmm.
that you can get a certain kind that will determine where that goes. So I'm looking into that too.
My next thing is methylated vitamins.
Yes.
Okay, I
yes,
knew nothing.
Methylated vitamins.
Gary Brecka taught me that.
Yep.
If you're taking a vitamin
Yeah.
that is what's the other option? I don't know. Do you know? It's
For-
okay if you don't. Methylated or I don't know what the other one is.
Oh gosh.
It doesn't matter.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. But you want to take one that is a methylated vitamin because it's broken down to its most common. I keep
Encapsulated?
looking at her to make sure I'm saying it right.
I think it's encapsulated.
To its most
Yes.
basic form, raw form. Go find Gary Brecka. I'll post some links on the comments and in the description about Gary, and you can do your own research.
phenomenal. Tom
Yeah.
followed him.
Okay.
Was very, very. We learned so much though. We were in California and we learned, gosh, about so many different treatments and different things that
Did he do fasting?
Oh, fast? You should ask his sons. He would not only would he fast, he would get up in the morning. He fasted for like 5 days straight.
So it did not.
He would get up in the morning, cook us breakfast on a Saturday, or Friday, because his pump would come off at a certain time. So he would fast. I think it was a day or 2 days before the chemotherapy. Fast during chemotherapy.
Because you didn't want to eat it anyways. Okay.
Well, that never bothered him to eat like that.
Yeah.
But he would fast for what it was doing to his body, so the chemotherapy would eat the cancer would eat the chemotherapy and not. So he was very, very, very big into fasting.
Did they do biopsies on him?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about biopsies? Because I hear some scientists talk about our body encapsulates the disease,
I know.
and then when we go biopsy, it spreads.
It spreads it.
It spreads it.
I just be honest. If I got cancer today,
This is our opinions.
okay, this is just my opinion.
Your opinion. It's your body. Your
After
opinion.
what I've seen and the people I know two right now that shouldn't even be gone, and I believe it was
Biopsy.
no, that and too much chemotherapy. I mean, there's really a fine line.
And did Tom do?
He did chemotherapy for 2.5 years, but when it came
2.5
back,
years.
yeah, he did over 40 treatments. But when it came back towards that last 2 years, he didn't do chemotherapy every time. And sometimes he would only do a 70% dose because he knew what his body could tolerate, and he knew where that limit was. And he also knew that if he got too toxic, then he's not doing any chemotherapy. So we kind of balanced it.
Yeah.
And I'll just say this. I'm not a doctor. I
Yeah.
don't know. We learned, I think I've read 20 books on cancer. I think the thing that we learned the most is follow your gut instinct and stick to something that you believe in. You have to believe in it 100%. You can't do a treatment and think, okay, well, I'm going to do this, but if that doesn't work out, then I'll go do this. Because a lot of it is what you make your mind up. That's
Mental.
75% of the healing. Mm-hmm.
Would you deal with that in mental health? Do you not?
Yeah.
Were you in mental health while you were going
No.
through this with Tom? This led you to mental health?
Yeah.
Was it a direct correlation?
Well, after Tom passed away, Richard called to talk to him, and I had to give him the news that he had passed, and I didn't think to let him know when it happened.
Okay, stop
So
just for
much.
a second. We're going to get back to that because I want to stay right here for a second because there's pain here,
Yeah.
and I see it.
Yeah, I know.
And I want to ask, just as
Yeah.
respectful as I can, how did you walk through that?
Through his passing? Or
Yeah.
through the... I don't even know how.
I mean,
made
your
it.
right arm is
Yeah,
gone.
I don't even know how. I don't even know how to describe it because
One
it
foot in
was-
front of the other?
Yeah,
Yeah.
grace of God.
Yeah.
It was the grace of God. There's no doubt. I mean,
Did you go through weeks where you don't even know how you got through the week? It was almost like, remember when you were driving and you go that mile and you don't, okay, I'm sorry people, and you don't know how you got there?
yeah, it hit me so hard that I honestly don't think my mental status is still the same for remembering. Like I still feel like I'm struggling a little bit with that.
Let it sit.
Because-
Let it sit.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
this is just me. Let it sit.
Yeah. And I threw myself into working, doing what Tom wanted to do. He wanted to work with Richard so bad. That was his goal, was to have some kind of a clinic or some kind of a place that he could help people understand the importance of chemicals in their food,
Yep.
what they're eating, the importance of fasting when it's time to fast. There's a time and a place for it. There's just so much that we learned, and none of that did we get from our healthcare system.
Nope.
Which,
Is our food table turned upside down?
oh gosh, greatly.
Okay, Gary Brecka talks about
Greatly,
that. Yeah,
greatly,
So
yeah.
he's. I mean, you agree what he says.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna let them two explain it. I'm not. She's in the medical field, people, not me.
No, I'm not. This country is so caught up in meat.
Yep.
Protein's important, but
Yep.
there's a lot of different ways to get
There
protein.
is.
But we don't emphasize. Everything is a hot dog in the fast food.
Yep.
Everywhere you go, there's food, and it's all sourced around.
My son lives in Japan,
Yeah.
Italy. How do they eat all that pasta and not go because it's a different pasta?
There is a show that I love to watch. What's it called? Zach Efron.
Is that,
What's his name? Oh my gosh!
jump in, Miss Willis.
Come on, Catherine. What's the name of that show?
It's
That
Wills,
Zac
by the way.
Efron. Look it up.
Heffron.
Look it up. Help us. There's a
Yes.
show that's on Netflix, and I absolutely love that show because he goes all over the world finding the healthiest people and centurions and finding
Keep
out
talking.
what they did to live 100 years and
Okay.
still
Yes,
be
keep
healthy,
talking.
be happy, still walking around. 90% of it
Huh?
down to earth.
Down to earth.
Yes, I love that show. That's got a wealth of
So what have
Information.
what have you taken away from him?
from
like, you know,
Gary
you-
Brecka and the Down to Earth.
Well, the down to earth.
That you eat a lot more vegetables, a lot more beans, a lot
Beans.
more fibers, a lot more
Fibers.
legumes, a lot more, and a whole lot less meat.
What about
So-
the test? That one test that Gary talks about that you can take one time in your life.
Yes.
Because we all take vitamins that we don't really, our body doesn't need.
We don't even know. You don't even know what you're taking.
I'm on a thyroid medicine,
Yeah.
and Gary's the one. I haven't challenged this one yet.
Yeah.
I've gone a day or two.
Yeah.
But he's the one that says, we blame our thyroid for everything. It only
Yeah.
controls 20% of our body. And I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
And yet we're on medicine forever.
I'll tell you this. I have a concierge doctor,
Yeah.
and
What is that?
Well, it's Dr. Alberto Castiel, and he's fantastic.
I mean, what was the fancy word you used?
Concierge doctor.
I'm not being funny. What is a
we-
concierge doctor? I was that guy in class that goes, I don't get it. I at least ask questions.
So there's this whole new shift in healthcare. So this
Concierge.
concierge doctor, he actually tests you for things like that. He goes
Hi, Miss Wills.
above and beyond. I wish you wouldn't leave.
You're doing great.
She's awesome.
He goes above and beyond to find out what it is that your vitamin levels, he'll
So he does the
recommend-
individual.
Yeah, he
Is he
can.
local?
He's local on Wells Road.
What's his name again?
Alberto Castiel.
He gonna get
Yeah.
a plug. Alberto Castiel.
Castiel. And he's just, what I love about him, and I have another doctor too that I use that is, that story will blow your mind, but he can test you for the vitamin deficiency. He can test you for cancer genes that might be laying
Yes.
in your body. There's a wealth of
We
stuff
can
that he
live
do.
longer. We have the ability to be in our
Oh,
hundreds.
yeah.
We got to quit telling our mind that 60's old, 70's old.
Well, I turned 60 this year.
You look great.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it's good
Trying.
living too, right?
It is.
I mean,
it is. I'm
a mental good living,
a mental good living. Yeah.
which is that's as important as what we eat.
I was raised with a very strong mom that she was incredible. and
Always
that was-
found the good in stuff, or was she
always.
okay?
Yeah.
So is being a realist good? From your opinion, it's just your opinion.
I do. I think so.
I think so
Yeah,
too.
I do.
But that realist can turn into negative really quick because that's me. I'm a
Can you?
realist. Oh yeah, I'm like I know. I don't know anything. My
Well,
crystal ball doesn't work.
My glasses always half full. I have a problem seeing it half empty.
So you don't work worst case scenarios. Yeah, see, that's all I do, and I've had to adjust because
And my friends will call me and ask me for advice. Or like I have a girlfriend, and years ago she was going through these issues with her boyfriend, and I would always show her the positive side of it, and she'd say, "Why do you always do that? Why do you always defend him?" And I'm like, "I'm not defending him. I'm just getting you to see both sides of it. You're only seeing the negative." So it's just, I think
you
it's
watch-
something that natural you just do.
I don't know. I hang on a
think it's a
second. I'm gonna
choice,
challenge
too.
that for a second because I'm gonna ask a couple questions. Do you watch like reality arguing shows?
I don't like reality shows.
Okay, hang on a second. Stay with me. So do you watch like bang bang murder kind of kill up shows?
They're okay.
Okay.
My
Do you watch? Oh, I know right where you are. Do you watch Hallmark?
I can't.
Do you watch
at a certain time of the year?
Okay. Do you watch Christmas
But-
in July?
Yes.
Okay. Do you save all the Christmas shows in July?
No.
Okay.
I don't do that.
You're able to keep up with them.
No, I'm not like that. I love adventure shows.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what really moves me is a movie or a show that's based on a true story.
Okay, I like that. So you like
I love
documentaries?
that. I do.
Okay, I
Mhm.
love documentaries.
I do too.
Do you get into the deep-seated documentaries?
Tom did.
Okay.
There's some documentaries I wish I'd have never watched.
Okay.
Like 9/11.
Yeah.
I would love to just erase that out of
Yeah,
my
I've
brain.
never watched it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you should.
Well, it's because I know what
Quite
happened.
eye-opening.
Yeah, no, exactly. Where the metal and I did my research early on.
Just recently, I went to one of our clay meetings, the Bridge to Bridge,
Yeah.
and we had the celebration of 9/11.
Yeah.
And there was a commander there from the base, retired, and he talked about where he was on 9/11. And just the whole recount of that, do you know, it affected me the rest of the day?
Yeah.
Like, I was so moved by that you put yourself on a plane and you have a phone call to make, and it's to tell your family bye.
Yeah.
I couldn't even,
I have listened to every
yeah.
every message that was ever out there. I've gone online. I'm one of
Have
the
you?
I've drilled
See,
down.
I love that.
I'm telling you, these coughing colds. I
I
mean,
know. You can't get rid of it.
I was 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, and
I
I
have a Snickers there.
I know. No, I was really good. Well, I'm dipping. So
Yeah.
I was really good about not letting it get in my chest, but at night it's going to get in your
So
chest.
what would Gary Burke say about dipping?
Oh my gosh, all the good stuff I do, he'd be like, "You're an idiot."
Yeah, you got to give that up.
Oh yeah, I mean, but I've been dipping since I was 15. I do it all the time.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wow, you do.
Now, not like
Yeah, no, not like all the time.
Oh, but by 17, it was all the time.
Do you know, I've never smoked. I've never ever.
That's my point. So was that your mother as well? Because we all have those young influences.
Yeah, my dad was a smoker growing up. and
Okay, so you hated the smell?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we didn't know what we know now.
No.
And he'd smoke in the car
No.
or wherever.
Yep.
And if you coughed, you were annoying him because you're coughing.
Yeah.
Don't make him feel bad.
Yeah.
But I only weighed almost 3 pounds when I was born, so I had
Really?
tough lungs. So I just never smoked at all. I was always, my dad
Yeah.
smoked in the house. When he passed away, we had to have the whole ventilation system redone and the walls painted and the new carpet. And once it was out, and then you go into a home that does, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like you'll be like,
But yet these new jewels, and I don't
Yeah.
smoke, but these new jewels and everything, I mean, a little bit of God's grace, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's legal, people. I have my license. But it is, these jewels and everything, they're more addictive.
I think so too. I do.
You're not going to stop it. I mean, milk. And I got to thinking, somebody else,
Yeah.
and when you start watching Gary, then he leads you to other people.
Yep.
And somebody said something about we're the only species that drinks another species' milk. And
Yeah.
I went,
I don't drink milk anymore.
I went,
I know.
oh, I haven't eaten cereal since.
I still eat cereal, but I don't. I buy like almond milk,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
an alternative milk.
Yeah.
I
And
do.
they're
And
so,
not that I don't. I think it's bad. I don't think it's
Yeah.
bad. I just.
just weird.
Well, it's just there's it just if you're into health and you.
Yeah. But they said it was good for the bones. But is it really? That's a
marketing
farce.
at
I
its
know,
best.
right?
Yes.
That's
That's why I'm saying you have to do your homework.
You can't just
have
watch
to-
a commercial.
You cannot, because our country's based on marketing.
Even
And because trust me, if it will take my wrinkles away or make
Yep.
me look smaller, slimmer, whatever,
Yep.
I'm a sucker for it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where
Just spilled
that's
drink
where
all over
I've
me.
done it 100 times. That's where intermittent fasting has helped me
Yeah.
because I don't eat healthy all the time. I'm on the go. I grow crackers. I eat a nut of butter. It's Becky's fault.
Apoptosis is what it's called.
What is it
Your
called?
body goes into apoptosis.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I blame Becky because she buys all that nutter butter stuff in the back
Yeah.
instead of fruits. Actually, she
know.
brings fruit in too, but I eat the nutter butter.
Well, she's got to hide the nutter butter and then put the fruit out.
No, I hide it so none of my employees can find it, so I get to eat them all.
But I will tell you my favorite cookie if I'm going to cheat
Yeah.
is a nutter butter. Just
Okay,
saying.
it is the best.
Yeah.
I mean, because they were cheap. We would go to the cheap. I was poor when we grew up. We'd go to that little 25-cent.
Who wasn't?
what was the little? Yeah, exactly. You're right.
7-Eleven.
No,
or
it
a
was
little
the bakery, the outlet bakery.
See, I grew up in the Panhandle, so I don't
Okay,
know.
it was whatever the bakery stuff is, and they had an outlet in town.
Yeah.
And we would go, and they're all yelling at me. They know the name. They're going whatever. And we'd go in there, and back then you
Yeah.
could get them for like 5 cents, 10 cents, Nutter Butters.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
want
I
that.
love Nutter Butter.
So
Peanut
grace and mercy walked you through him.
Yeah.
The family unit shifts.
Oh,
Did the boys begin to?
pull away? No.
No.
Oh,
I was
I
meaning coming to mom, and I can see them.
Oh, well, so my sons, yes, they
Yeah.
were. I
Yeah.
mean, my oldest son showed up at hospice, which I didn't even know he was coming with his
Yeah.
wife, and they had taken off work, and I mean, I was just so grateful he was there when he
Yeah.
passed, and they just kind of took over, and
That's what I
I-
meant. Yeah.
I got really sick after Tom passed, like super sick, heart.
Isn't
Everything.
it crazy how your emotions can affect your body so much?
And I didn't even, I know the sadness was super sad, but I just didn't realize that it was affecting my heart. So,
Were you
yeah.
depressed?
oh yeah.
Did you get out of bed much?
I didn't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
I would lay in bed almost half the day
Yep.
for a few weeks.
Yep.
I was like that. And then one day I just realized, I have been through some of the toughest things in my life, and God brought me through them. And I would say to myself, I'm not the only person who lost their husband, and I still have kids that depend on me.
There's that
and
positive side.
it is.
Okay.
And I just thought, one day I was like, I have to. I think the heart thing really scared me, blood pressure and stuff, because then Dr. Castillo was really on me about it. Like,
Were you on blood pressure pills?
and he's, he just took a really tough stance.
Yeah.
With, you have to take this serious and get yourself, this could go down a bad path if you just let it. And so I just really started focusing on food. I threw out we already ate pretty healthy, but during that whole process of him, people coming and visiting, you start buying things you think they're going to eat. The
Yeah.
grandkids are there, so let me make sure they have their little.
And it becomes a comfort, too, before you know it.
Yeah, and I threw away all of that, and I just started really focusing on me.
Yeah.
And that was hard because I had focused on Tom for, really for 5.5 years. I mean, that was everything to me.
Yeah.
Everything. If he could still be here today, but not be in pain, he'd be sitting right there. I mean,
Yeah.
we had the best marriage, just hands down. It was just I had a great life. I got spoiled.
Did you ever get mad at God?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't go to church for a little while.
Matt Blythe.
I just didn't understand
Yep.
show me where the good is.
Yep.
Where's the good that he's not here? Because
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't pretend to be dear friends with him, but I know the family a
Yeah.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Tebow's father deals with
Yes.
an illness that I think is becoming a little more public.
Right.
And
That's amazing family.
yeah, but I sit there and I think at a rugged sinner like me,
Yeah.
who has accomplished not much of nothing, and I'm not belittling myself, but I'm just saying for God's grace and God's mercy, there's no churches, there's no missions I've built by the world standards.
Yeah.
And then there's this man who has stood in front of my sister used to go on mission trips
Yeah.
with them to the Philippines because we went down to First Baptist.
Oh.
Yeah, so we all sort of knew.
Yeah.
So she used to babysit Tim. She's 10 years younger than me. So
Wow.
they know each other way better than I do. I would deliver some furniture out there. We
Sure.
played basketball, and he is rugged. Even at 15, he was a big boy. And yeah, my brain just went back to playing basketball. And he like throws elbows. He cheated. He like traveled, but I wasn't going to tell him he was big back then. I was a grown man. So I'm like 22 and this kid's beating me,
Wow.
But here's a man that would walk out into the wall. There was these I think I'm on TikTok and I can't say it. I can. These Islamic extremists that were coming into the camp. My sister was there
Yeah.
to get the Christians.
Really?
Oh yeah, the Philippines have huge. Then I don't know about now.
Yeah.
And he walked out. I wasn't there, but the story is he walked out of the hotel in the midst of all those people, and they just parted the seas as he's talking and preaching, and they dispersed. I mean, they came to do harm, and that man walked out under the power of Christ. So Matt Blythe used to fly for Tim Tebow for the Tebows in the Philippines, and now I think he teaches around here or something. He helped me a lot in dealing with pains and loss and unfairness in life and God, why?
Yeah.
And he said, Brett, did you ever disown your kids when they were mad at you? And I was like, no. And I not probably. I would have to. I have a BS meter, and I sharpen it. I don't have to sharpen my pencil. I absolutely cuss my mother with my head in my pillow. I hope you get hit by a train.
I don't know if anybody that hasn't probably done that once in a while.
Yeah. So that's where mercy and grace comes in.
Yeah.
And yet there's somebody like me, and there's a man like that is dealing with Parkinson's, and that's not fair.
It's not fair.
Life's not
But God,
fair.
and you know, that was the biggest thing I think that was amazing to me with Tom is that, well, I mean, he had the Bible on his coffee table when I first met him for the first time. You know, went to his house the first time. When he went to the bathroom, I kind of flipped it open and I saw all these notes in it. And I was like, wow, like he doesn't just, like he really understands.
Yeah.
So we got into this biblical discussion one night, and then I found out how much he knew. And he knew more than I did. And I've been raised in Baptist church my whole entire life.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's just face it, at 11 o'clock on a Sunday morning, you're thinking about the pot roast that's in the crock pot.
Absolutely. I was independent
when you're
Baptist.
15 or, so here I am in church my whole entire life. And that man could sit and talk about the Bible in a way that would have you mesmerized. So we go to Elevate Life Church, and Pastor Tim came and saw Tom right before, he passed, and he was at Mayo Hospital, and we had this great conversation. And Tom was asking, instead, you would think it would have been different, but it wasn't.
This was on the footsteps of
passing. And he wanted to talk to him about understanding suffering in the Bible, why things that just weren't the norm that you'd be thinking you'd be talking about. He wanted an answer. He wanted an answer because he said, I feel like I placed my faith so high in being healed. And, we never had discussions about him passing at all. Like we had no conversation of.
He 100% believed in the faith of a mustard seed, and he was going to live it.
Yeah.
And so why? Why did it not?
Yeah, he was down, skinny, bones were sticking out. And the morning that he decided, he said to me, I'm tired, honey. I'm tired. And I said, I know. And I said, are you, I don't want to cry, but I said,
we cry here all the time. I need to have tissues.
Are you, I said, I understand. And he just kept looking at himself in the mirror, and then he said, I'm tired. He never would say, I want to go.
I'm done. Or,
never said I'm done. Just said I'm tired. And I said, I know. And I said, do you want to go to hospice? And he said, yeah. And that was the only conversation that we had about him not being here. And I didn't ask a lot of questions because I thought if I did ask, then that meant I believed he wasn't going to be here too.
Yeah.
So I never even though I knew things were turning really gravely fast.
Yeah.
And I knew there was no coming back. I mean, I knew it was everywhere. I couldn't bring myself to ask. I just said, I'll figure it out myself when I have to. So if I hadn't, if I could say to one husband and wife, no matter which one of you is sick, maybe I wouldn't have waited. I would have just said, let's talk. Let's just say, let's talk about the things that I might need to know or you might need to know if it's the other. And I never would do it because I felt that I was
going to defeat him mentally a little bit.
Yeah, I did.
I can see that.
Yeah. And it's
I can see
hard.
how you would see that.
Mm-hmm. It's been really hard because there was a lot of things that I didn't.
Yeah.
The security alarm goes off in the middle of the night. I don't know I never even, salt goes in the pool. I don't know what kind of salt,
There
I
was a lot
spoiled.
to learn. Yeah.
I was spoiled. So, there's been a lot. But, going back to the whole health thing and the whole, I just, the positivity, I don't know. So Operation Positive Vibes has been my resource.
Yes.
That's been my mental health.
So it's sort of interesting before you get deeper because I want to know about them and what they do and everything.
Yeah.
In the effort of reaching out to others, you get healed.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting.
That's
because
exactly
there's
what
actually
happened.
programs, like 12-step programs. The 12th step is reaching out to the next alcoholic. And then in the Bible, it
Yeah.
says, reach out, go
Yeah.
out, go. It's always to help, to think of
help.
others,
It is.
to, yeah.
Somebody told me a long time ago that if you were in any kind of a depressed state, or if you, lost your job, or you were hurting, the best way to heal from that is to go find someone that needs help, because the focus will come off of you.
Yep.
And it'll become about them.
I have 100% experienced it in my
Yeah.
life.
And every day, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm not making it up.
Yep.
I don't think there's a day goes by that I don't think to myself, when I get upset about something, well, I have it so much better than so many other people. No matter what that pain is, I can't let myself lay in it,
Yeah.
because I can look around
Yeah.
and I can see we are living in a hurting country.
Yep.
There's more mental health and depression today than there's ever been. I don't understand that.
It's like Gary Brecker says. He goes, how long have you been on antidepressants?
Yeah.
15 years? And when did you think they were going to start kicking in? And I was like, that's true.
I love that.
Yeah.
That
and
is true. That is true. We live in a world that's hurting, but yet we have more at our fingertips, more knowledge, more resources, more
and yet
technology.
we search for it less than we ever have.
Yeah.
I wonder why. There's a article, Joe Sixpack. I forget who wrote it. I'll put a link on.
Yeah.
And I read it in college. So I'm in my 20s. I'm now
Joe's Six-Pack. Yeah.
Joe Sixpack, and it talks about the dumbing down of America back then.
have you ever heard Harvey?
Oh yeah, If I Were the Devil.
If I Was the Devil.
Oh yeah,
I
If I
just
Were the
played
Devil.
that a week ago.
Oh yeah, 1965 it was written.
I wish that we could take politics out of the country. I do.
Yep.
I wish we could take the Democrat and the Republic out.
Yep.
And just
And denominations.
And
I wouldn't mind
denominations.
taking denominations.
I would love that.
The devil cackles.
I would love that.
He cackles.
He
we
does.
all sit here and
He does.
argue.
We
Well, I don't. I go,
Well, I
hey, death, burial, and resurrection, blood of Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Authority of the here. Okay, we're good. I'll let y'all argue about tongues. And the way I've always explained it
me
is
too.
I don't get it. But if I get to heaven and he goes, you missed a great gift.
yeah, but I don't think you have to get everything.
I agree.
You just surround yourself with good people who know more than you do.
I want to get people around me that where
Yeah.
my weakness is their strength.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I mean, I'm just fortunate. Fortunate.
So I don't have a lot of people around me.
Mm-hmm.
And that now they're all around. I'm at the
Yeah.
chamber. I'm over
Yeah.
here, but I don't have the nuclear.
close-knit.
Oh no,
Really?
no men are. I mean, I am. That's what this whole journey's been.
Yeah.
Is why am I in the position I'm in, mentally and emotionally and socially, and I don't have numbers where I pick up and call. Dude, no, okay, that's not true. I have mentors, but if I want to go through darts or if I wanted to.
But you know what? Our pastor one time, Tim Stayer, he's an amazing pastor. Yeah, Live That Life. Oh my gosh, I've absolutely. That man is definitely anointed for to spread the word, and it's in such a way that you'll just have to watch him one day. But my youngest son, when he started going to
I'll
church
put a link
there,
to the church.
yeah, when he started going to church there, he's tattooed from head to toe. Okay. Every time Mama said, "Honey, please don't get another
Right.
tattoo,"
Oh, that's my boys.
He'd come home with another
Oh,
one.
yeah.
So, now my oldest son has none. So it's funny. There's such a contrast.
Oh, I
but
love it. Right.
He went to church with me for the first time, and I dragged him there. He loved it. He loved because he felt accepted, and he felt like, I mean, the pastor just plain out says to you, if you're here for one of those Sunday morning services where your spot's going to be the same one on the pew every single Sunday, you might be in the wrong
I saw that at First Baptist. All the the fights.
Yeah.
Oh,
The little petty stuff that doesn't matter. When you look at the people this man has touched, I mean, I even have relatives in New York that watch him every single Sunday. So anyway, but
I want to get you on. No, we're good. You're doing good.
Yeah.
I want to get you on Operation
Positive Vibes.
Positive Vibes. I want you to
Yes.
get a little more depth of
Yeah.
Richard and what
Yes.
y'all do.
So Richard's a stage 4 colon cancer survivor, one of 13 in the world. Had his port taken out 3 years ago. I want you to talk to him one day.
I would love
soon,
to.
because he's an amazing speaker.
Okay, I would love to.
I'm no Richard.
Yeah.
You missed the boat on that.
No,
Thank
you're
goodness
good.
you
Wait till
you
you
got
see
me
it.
first.
Wait till you see it. Wait till you see it. Everybody says that till you see it. And you go, you know what?
But anyway, Richard. So Richard and Tom, short story.
Long story.
After Tom had been gone for couple of weeks, Richard calls and we connect, and he says, "Hey, you know, in our conversation, he said, hey, he said, Tom told me you're from Pensacola," and I said, "Yeah, from the Panhandle," and he goes, "I am too," and I go, "Really? What a small world!" And so we just start, you know, going back and forth about streets,
Right.
roads, who we know,
Right.
stuff like that. So then we agreed to meet for coffee, and after I met him, I knew there was a spirit around us that I had not felt. And it was the best I had felt since Tom died, because it was an opportunity for me to get involved doing what Tom wanted to do, which was to help people. And that's what he told me. He said, Operation Positive Vibes is really about early detection of colon cancer, because we have a tragedy, a crisis going on. I mean, we're talking 30 and
Talk about it.
40-year-old men.
Yep.
That's the number one killer now.
It absolutely is.
It's nuts.
I get my colon checked.
It's
And you know what? He
nuts.
never sends me flowers the next day.
You know
Ever.
what Tom said
What?
after he did it?
I don't
He
get a
said-
note or
He
nothing.
goes, I don't even get invited to dinner.
Nothing, a hug, nothing. I've literally gotten up because I don't know how you ladies do it, but they're not very,
Yeah.
emotionally
Yeah.
supportive. It's just pants to the ankles,
I know,
and
it's
you
just-
you curl up in a little ball, and then all of a
yeah.
sudden
It's over.
you're violated. I'm so glad I'm a guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh.
back to
So we connected. You know, he kind of went over things with me and talked a little bit about, you know, how he came to be where he's at. And I knew right away this is like a no brainer.
how many years has he been?
Richard?
Yeah.
3, I think, years.
Wow.
4. Yeah,
3 to
and
4
he's
years.
been cancer free for 3.
Yeah.
So anyway, his whole focus was going out and speaking mental health awareness. And mental health awareness is really not for people who have mental health issues. We all have mental health. Every single one of us have to be mentally healthy, spiritually healthy, physically healthy. I mean, there's a whole component to it. So it's not just, oh, well, you're going out and helping people who have psychiatric issues. That has nothing to do with it.
Nope.
We all have psychiatric issues. It's just a matter of what strikes us. So
And it's finding out which part is broken more.
yeah, because you've got people dealing with sickness, health, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a whole there's a whole list of things. But anyway, we won't go there and belabor all that. But it was very, very moving. And then we have
So he started
race
a
on his own.
501c3, and
Well, it's not a 501c.
okay, it's not.
We do have a component we're working on
Okay.
for that. That'll be
Okay.
announced soon.
Okay, awesome.
But we do. It's a for-profit because we
Okay.
have the Blue Bag Project. So the Blue Bag Project
Blue bag, bro.
is what Richard started to give to cancer patients when they're going through treatment. And we have a local hometown hero here that owns Open Road Bikes in Fleming Island.
Yeah, I know
Gary,
it.
you know
Yeah.
Gary?
Well, I know
Okay.
that. I mean, I lived in Fleming Island for 23 years.
Gary is one of our Blue Bag guys.
Really? I bought
Yes.
bikes from him.
He
He's
has-
fixed my bikes.
Oh my gosh, Gary's
Oh, yeah.
amazing. He's
Oh,
in
yeah.
his 3rd battle. He
Wow.
takes these blue bags to MD Anderson, finds people that are battling cancer and gives them the blue bag. But it's
And
this,
what's in the blue bag?
the blue bag is a gorgeous, like really this is not a nylon cheap blue bag.
Right.
This is a really nice blue bag.
Right.
Has positive vibes on it. So inside the blue bag, there's earbuds, everything that you need if you were going through chemotherapy. A blanket, a journal, ear pods.
Is it spiritually based or is it?
It's not designed to be
Right.
necessarily
But it's
spiritually
certainly-
based, but it is.
Why are you helping me? And you get to tell a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's just to help, you know, when you look around and you see somebody, and yeah, you could send them food.
Yeah.
How many cancer patients can't eat? Okay. Tom was on a special diet all of the time. We were either vegan, there were certain things he had to have, certain things he couldn't have, nobody would have been able to have even pegged that.
Right.
You don't want to send a bowl of candy to a cancer patient,
Right.
although they hand that out in cancer treatments. Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Sugar.
Sugar. You want a
Refined
soda?
sugars. You want cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but that's what the blue bag. So there's
Yeah, you drink
multiple,
poppy. I want to stop for a second. You drink poppy.
Yeah.
So my son got into it because of
Yeah.
no sugars, right?
Yeah, and I drink.
We don't
about-
get paid for this, by the way.
I drink about 2 or 3 of these a week. It's a prebiotic soda. So it's not bad. It's really not bad at all.
What flavor is that?
This is 5 grams of sugar, and this is
Yeah, this
flavor
is
looks like strawberry.
125%
Yeah, yeah, 5
of
grams
your daily sugar.
Now, I will tell you, I'm really big on the Yuka app, the YUKA. That's another thing we learned in California. The Yuka app will tell you, scan it in the grocery store.
Yuka app.
Yuka, YUKA.
I'll have a link on it.
Yeah, you scan it in the grocery store, and it
On
will,
the barcode?
on the barcode, and it will tell you how it rates on the Yuka app. So you can pick what
and
you
it
want
learns
to,
what you want.
and it will give you an alternative. So if it comes up red, then you can click on the red, and it'll tell you what chemical is in it. And then it'll tell you what that chemical, how high
Aspartame.
risk is it.
Yes.
And then it'll give you an alternative down at the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, I shop with the Yuka app
Okay.
all the time. Yeah.
Yuka app. I'll have it. Listen, these are the little
Yeah,
things
it
that
is.
they can change somebody's life.
It can.
Because so he found it late.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
had Tom
found
was
it
he
very
doing
late.
screenings?
No, he was 52
Okay.
and healthy.
Yeah.
That man was drafted to play pro ball, never sick a day in his life. Me, I've got the.
So hang on a second. How long did he play? Did he play? Was he?
No, he's drafted by the Cleveland Indians,
Okay.
and he got a full ride to Maryland,
Oh my
and
gosh.
decided thinking he could go back and get it again.
Mm-hmm.
But he decided to go for his engineering degree at Maryland, and so he never got the chance to go back.
But
and
that's not
play
really
again.
a bad life either.
No,
Engineer. My
no,
son got his.
No.
You know what's funny is my son has his, and yet he is a dancing baseball player
Yeah,
with,
really.
with the Savannah Banana organization.
See, the Savannah Bananas, my grandson is crazy about them.
Oh yeah.
Now, Tom worked for Stellar here in off
I
of
played
San
softball
Jose.
for Stellar.
Okay.
We were a
Do
travel
you know they have
team.
a game tonight?
Do they?
Yeah, they're playing. Both the boys are playing tonight. Christian and Spencer are playing tonight. I
Okay,
go
we were
watch
all
'em.
old,
Yeah.
and now all the guys are old.
Yeah.
So
There's some older ones on there, but so Tom worked for Stellar for 20 something years. A fantastic company.
great
Can't say
company,
enough
great
about them.
people. Yeah,
Great. I mean,
Yeah.
what they did I just don't think it was the norm
yeah.
for them to. And they treated everybody like that. To me, they're very, very good, and that was unfortunate. That's where a lot of the people Tom was trying to help worked for Stellar. No correlation,
Right,
different types of things.
right.
I mean, it's not like they got it at the company. It's
Were you shocked at how much cancer is out? Because
Yeah.
I don't pay
Oh,
attention. I mean, we
yeah.
see it, I see
Yeah,
it,
Brett,
but
it's so,
until you walk in there and go, and they're just lined up.
So when Tom passed, within 9 months, I went to 6 funerals.
Because you got to, I mean, you developed
Yeah.
friendships.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom had his boys he sat beside when he was getting it right. Either talk golf or grass or whatever,
Yeah,
or would just sit there.
Yeah.
Everybody's a little different.
He worked through all of it. He never missed a beat. He would have a liver resection and was back to working within, I think, 2 weeks. Yeah, Tom ate and breathed what he did.
Me too.
He loved it.
Yeah.
And he learned, and I will say this, looking back at his career, a lot of what I think happened to him was he traveled a lot,
I
which
did too.
is not bad if you know how to take care of yourself.
I didn't.
But Tom was a meat eater.
Yeah.
He loved meat.
Yeah.
And when I met Tom, my first dinner at his house was chicken wings on the grill.
I love 'em.
And you know what I said? Well, what side are we at? Where's the side?
There is no side.
He's like, where's the what?
Do you know, I used to go to Publix and I would take, when I got up to over 300 pounds
Yeah.
and I would go get the 24 24 in
Yeah.
there. I would take them home. I would drench them in hot sauce and then I'd bake in the hot sauce and then I'd just dump a big old thing of
Really?
ranch and I would eat all 24.
Yeah.
And now I can't eat 5 and
Isn't
I
it
get
amazing?
sick to my stomach
Yeah.
because of all the grease.
Yeah.
My body has gotten used to
Well,
not grease.
that's the other thing that we have a problem with in this country is the grease. Like
Yep.
you go out if you don't eat out very much and then you do go to a restaurant,
Yep.
you have an upset stomach when you get home
100%.
because it's the grease.
Yep.
Mhm.
My daughter deals with it a lot too, and
Yeah.
and like Becky's celiac and
Yeah.
all this medicines and all the refined sugars and what it leads to. So you give out the blue bag. Yes,
so
I
the
just
blue-
bounced back
So
to
yeah, I'm glad you did. So
operation.
the blue bag is huge, and
Right.
when you hand someone that blue bag, like that's something and it's got positive vibes written in yellow, stitched in. I mean, it's nice,
Right.
and it's a testimony for them every time they pick that bag up. And I'll
Yeah.
cry. that I'm going to fight this.
Yeah.
And I might not win, but I'm going to fight it, and I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to go down gracefully.
And is there after, like, once they get the bag, is there a tie-in, to further on?
No, we're going to tie it in, and we're opening up. We're looking at redoing some things
Can
and
I offer
adding
something?
some things. Please, yes.
Because cancer patients are
Yeah.
hard to get together,
Yeah.
as all people are. I do a lot of TikTok.
Yeah.
Now,
Richard does TikTok a lot.
does he? I'm going to find him. Now, I don't you find me on TikTok. And if you do, you better throw me a damn galaxy. I'm just telling you right now. None of that little 1 cent heart stuff. I want galaxies.
Richard, I mean, that's the one you really want to get into with him, because that's.
I look forward to it.
Such a.
Okay, I'm going to find
He's
him.
a great speaker, and I'll send you we've been on American Cancer Society did a story. They actually published something for me and Tom. They published something on Richard.
It'll probably be underneath the name Operation.
It is, and we've been on
Cancer Society.
Channel 4 News. Melanie
Yep.
Lawson, she
Yep.
came and did a interview with Richard in his boat about the blue bags. It's huge, and
Okay.
we have a company that sponsors us, Silac Insurance, out of Utah. They do a blue bag project
I'll put a link
with
to 'em.
us. And they are phenomenal. They go into Ronald McDonald houses and give away these blue bags.
Is he local,
No,
Richard?
Richard, yes.
Okay.
Fleming Island.
And nobody here, yeah, you said that. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And nobody here is sponsoring him.
Not yet. No, not local.
The hell are we waiting on?
I know.
Okay.
And what we do is
All right,
just,
Lord.
it's just, it's an opportunity for a company to put their money where they're impacting someone's health or someone's life. Now, so the other thing we do is the Ronald McDonald House, for instance. Okay, Silac loves sponsoring us for this, and they go in and they give these bags. Some of these, if it's a blue bag for a kid, they get a blanket, they get a race car in it, they get little Rubik's cubes in it. And then that's a bag that every time they're walking out the door to go to the doctor, that bag goes with them.
Yeah.
And it's a place for people to put all their little records and all their little, a track of everything. And those little bags it's a lot of stuff in them. It's a multitude of stuff. It's ear pods. It's a big water bottle that's not a cheap one.
Right.
That says, keep drinking, you're almost there,
Right.
all the positive things.
Right.
So it's just, it's a way to touch someone that has cancer. Like if you get that bag in the mail, that is such a tangible thing.
Yeah.
It's not flowers.
Yeah.
And I love flowers. FTD
Yeah.
florists, don't kill me because I do
No,
love
it's
flowers.
good.
But not,
Yep.
flowers
For
are going
that,
to go away
right.
in 5 days. That blue bag is with them,
Right.
and it becomes a momentum for them. It's
Right.
like you're wearing that, you're taking that blue
Anna,
bag.
you matter. Somebody's thinking
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah.
Does he have
Every
a
time you pick it
website?
up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know the website?
OperationPositiveVibes.com. And then the bluebagproject.com. I'll send those to you. Yeah.
OperationPositiveVibes.com.
Yeah.
.com. And then Operation Blue Bag.
No, it's bluebagproject.com
Sorry.
and OperationPositiveVibes.com.
Okay,
Now,
got
we
it.
just did Touch a Truck at the Clay County Fair.
Right.
Huge. We loved it. Absolutely loved it. So many people came through and saw the Shaquille O'Neal
Right.
Shaq
Oh, yeah.
liner,
Oh,
the
yeah.
big black.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the race truck, the race car. We had a motorcycle that was specifically designed for operation, built by Harley, Adamak
Oh,
Harley.
yeah. Do you know how many bags he's handed out?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds, hundreds and hundreds. I
Yeah, I get it.
I don't even.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't keep count. He just does work.
He does. And so what he does is, right now we're molding and shaping so that we can fuel and fund more bags.
Yeah.
So, and we've had a lot of people say, why don't you become a nonprofit and 501(c)(3), and that's being looked at.
Yeah.
But it's
You
a lot
answer to a
it.
lot. There's a lot more
It
you have to answer
is.
to.
It is.
And the
it's-
government and all. So I totally get it.
And we have some people that are wanting to come on and help us and partner with us some, so we'll see where that goes. But
I like that
I'll
he's
leave
moving a
that.
little slow.
yeah,
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
a lot about him.
yeah, it's not going away.
Yeah.
It's not a phase.
Right.
It's not a pastime.
Right.
He's not just
How many of you are involved in helping?
Operation.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, Ansel Lewis, retired veteran here. We do a lot with the veterans. I don't know
Gotcha.
if I mentioned that.
No, you
We're
didn't.
tied heavily into the
Okay.
veteran community because veteran suicide is huge. The Lucky Bros in Milton, Florida.
Yeah.
My favorite little place to go have breakfast. All those retired guys there, they're amazing.
So,
There is-
do you use your mental health in with Richard and everything?
Well, I mean, I don't use my mental health. What I'm doing with Richard is I'm the executive director.
Right.
So I help open doors, do the networking, getting the connections made, developing the program, and then tracking the events. Where are we going next? What are we doing? There's a lot to it. So
Yeah.
the part that Richard does is the TikTok. He does a lot of the mental health, a lot of spiritual. Not
I've
really,
probably seen him and don't even know it.
Oh my gosh, he's
It's
all over
interesting.
TikTok. I think he has 20,000 followers.
Okay,
now.
I'll find him.
see.
Yeah, I only have 2,100. Why aren't y'all following me? It's Drift with Brett. Go figure. So, but I do get goofy, and where I got on there is with Becky.
Yeah.
I've had the idea of having a TikTok shop, but you have to have 5,000 followers. So I get on there and I'm goofy, and all of a sudden people throw me
Right.
octopuses and put things on my head, and dinosaurs run by and whales jump out. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I realized there was money in that.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Wow.
But I don't make.
Yeah.
It's not like I can pay bills.
Yeah.
They buy me I make just enough to buy Copenhagen to kill myself. So I don't know if that's.
I don't know, and I don't know much about the TikTok, but
Yeah,
that is
there's
Richard's.
a seedy part. There's thirsty people
Yeah,
all over. There's
yeah.
cuckoo people.
But when you see his TikToks, it's all about. He talks, kind of. He's so well spoken.
Right.
He's a very good public speaker. He's
Right.
been a keynote speaker in front of 6,000 people.
I want to talk to him about that as
Yeah,
well.
he's a keynote speaker. So when he talks, it's very, you can't help but be gravitated to it
Right.
because he's like, hey, I'm here today to uplift you, give you a positive message because if you're out there fighting this, and he's just got it. It just comes off his head. Like, I wish that I had that.
I
don't.
have the drive. I don't
Yeah.
know that I use positivity
Yeah.
to get there.
Yeah.
Which
Well, see, you got to hang around Richard some.
okay,
There
so
you go. You got to come see us at the office.
I know, which means you have to build relationships, and
Yes.
that's a journey I'm on.
Well, but let me.
I've had relationships.
You know what you said about that earlier, that you didn't have a lot, that you would. Okay, so I want to hit on that a minute. So Pastor Tim one day he was talking about friendships,
Yep.
relationships, and who you allow in your life, because that's really important. You can still be a Christian, still believe in God, spread the good news, all of that, without allowing people to come in and knock you off your feet, right? So his sermon was about who are you allowing to sit at your table, because they need to earn it. And if you've got 5 good friends,
Yep.
then you're luckier than most of the people.
Yeah.
And if you've got 3, then that's
My-
really what you want,
On a very
Yeah.
selfish level and a very molecular level to what you've dealt with, I had a mentor that walked with me for 8 years
Yeah.
and then tragically died. And I told him more than I've ever told anybody, and don't know that I'll ever talk
Open up
again.
again.
I mean, it was just, he knew
Really?
everything about me. And I remember it was the only time, and I'm not trying to be dramatic on here, we're just talking
No,
real.
Yeah.
It was the only time I ever heard myself yell when I got the call. It was just no came out of my mouth, and I just
The
yeah.
pain
Oh,
of losing him.
it was the terror
Yeah.
of what do I do?
Yeah.
How do I move?
I could see that.
Well, I mean, I
could
saw it
see
in
that.
you, and
Yeah.
he was my bride
Yeah.
spiritually, and he was walking with me mentally and
And
spiritually.
I feel some way like that about, like with Operation Positive Vibes in a way, because it came at a time when it took me out of such, and it didn't do all my sadness away,
Sure,
but it did come and give me a purpose.
yeah,
And
We
so
gotta have
and
something.
we've worked so closely now that and his family, Richard's family Raina's amazing. I mean, he's just got this beautiful family. Ryan works in the office with us, Rayleigh. But anyway, I know what you mean, because I've said that about being in another relationship.
Yeah.
Right now I'm closed.
yes. I don't care how. Yes,
And I don't know that will ever. I hope maybe one day it will change. I don't know.
I had a gentleman that
But I don't see it
No.
because I don't know that I ever want to hurt like that again.
No.
But that's not right. That's not.
But that's where you and I are.
I know.
That's okay. So we'll come back one day. You'll be sitting here. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
It's about going, you know what, this
Yeah.
is where I'm struggling.
I'm
and I don't
afraid
and I don't have an answer right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer. And you know
No.
what? It's okay.
But that's okay.
I got a call from a
That's-
loved one today that was in pure panic over some things that are going on. Nothing I can do about it. And it's going to adjust lifestyles. And I said, you know what? F it. Now, I'm not saying that you spiritually people will do that.
I
I know that's not the biblical way to
No,
say it.
But
It's I've done everything I can do, and whatever someone thinks of me, and I'm finally getting to where
Yeah.
I don't put weight on as much of what others think.
but that's good.
I'm turning 55 next month, and it has taken this long, and this podcast has been an absolute blessing to me.
You know what? I actually forgot.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I forgot we were doing a podcast.
I told you, because
Yeah,
God,
it
because
is.
God
It's
comes,
good.
and because
It is.
it's healing.
I do feel it's thick. The air's thick right now.
It is.
It is.
It
and
is.
Listen, you've got a calling. You're really, really good.
It's not me.
You're really good.
Thank you.
You're allowing though. See,
Yeah.
that's the key.
Yeah, I
That's
am.
the key.
I am.
So when like somebody said to me the other day, you look like you have a light in you right now. And I'm like, that was puzzling to me because of the sadness too. But I think I think part of it's Tom.
Yep.
And I think part of it is I'm on a path that I've got some direction with.
Well, you have a man that was your life and is your life to this day, just in a little different way, and you're going to honor it.
Yeah.
And it's just as simple as that.
Regardless of what happens down the road. with
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really think about it much.
No,
I
I don't think you have to. I think there's that little Bible verse that says, "Be still and know that I'm God."
That's it.
And I cling onto that a lot.
There's I've got my best friend that just got married, moved to Alabama, and she's amazing. But she came and spent my 60th birthday with me. She drove 7 hours.
You're 60, really?
Yeah, I really am.
That's good eating. That's good living right there.
I should not have said that.
Yes, should
Anyway.
be proud. Okay.
I don't know about that, but anyway, I love the knowledge at 60. I don't
Yes.
like being 60.
Okay.
And you know what? The age doesn't really, I don't feel 60.
No.
I don't even feel close to 60.
No.
I really don't.
Our generation
But-
does it a little different.
It does. I think what bothered me the most about being 60 was I have more years behind me than I got in front of me.
Potentially. Where's that positivity?
Well,
See, now I'm going
I don't
because
think I'm going to live to be 120.
I don't know with the
Yeah.
technology
Yeah.
today. My father, had
Yeah.
they not been able to put a pacemaker in, he probably would have passed a few years ago. He had AFib,
AFib, yeah.
and they put a pacemaker in, and it was. And by the way, this is a side note: have a notebook, and every time you go to the doctor, whichever doctor you go to,
Oh, my
take
gosh.
notes. My dad has.
That is so important.
You'll know what happened?
What?
He went with his pacemaker. It was one of the first that was ever put in, whatever kind of pacemaker it was. And that may not be true. It may have been a normal pacemaker, but a newer one. But the battery went bad early. And so he's sitting with a doctor, and they finally figured out that this thing's only got another 2 months or a month and a half left. And so, I mean, they flew in the designers, and that's what it was.
Right.
And Boomer was like, he's a funny guy. Him and Tom would have probably been sitting together if my dad was getting that. He's like, I didn't know what they were saying. I was just taking notes, but he had taken notes about how long his battery was, and he goes up there to get his next appointment. Well, she sets the appointment 6 months out, and he's like, ma'am, the doctor just said I only got 2 months left on my battery, so I don't think the 6 months ago. And had he not been paying attention, like I
my
didn't,
gosh, we could do another whole show
Oh.
on being an advocate for your loved one.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, you won't believe what I had to do at times.
and be a butthead at times. Yeah, it drives me crazy
there
what I
was-
see.
That's a whole nother story. I won't go.
Old folks'
tangent.
homes. I mean,
Oh, well, see, I have a senior business too. I help
Oh, do you?
seniors. Yes.
okay, so what is it?
So
What's
I
it?
help seniors find. I'm Oasis Senior Advisors, and I help them find independent living, assisted living, and memory care. Now I've had that for 4 years.
Right.
I decided to do that after Tom was diagnosed. I quit working in healthcare. We traveled, and I wanted to make him my focus.
Right.
And I could do that on my terms. So I did that.
So this is
and-
like a 1099 sort of or something?
I'm a
Okay.
1099.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
So you can set.
I have my own company
Right.
under the Oasis franchise. I'm
Right.
a 1099. So
Did you do that after Tom?
yeah.
So you got motivated.
I did. Yeah.
So you were burning at both ends for a while. When did you
I
hit?
am.
When
Well,
did
I
you,
just started.
when
back
did you hit that? Wow.
So I think. Well, I
They
started
probably don't know
working
what I'm
with.
talking about.
I started working with Richard in December,
Okay.
and that was plans developing. Talking. And then all of a sudden, one day we realized where this is going, and it kind of maneuvers a little bit and gets bigger.
Are you
and bigger
ready
and
for more
bigger.
people, more employees?
Yeah, we are. We're actually looking.
What are you
now.
looking for?
Well, that's a whole nother story for another day.
Sales?
We're gonna, yeah, we'll talk about that
I love it.
another day.
Yeah.
Richard will fill you in on all that. But
I love it.
But what motivated me with the seniors is about, because I kind of put it on dormancy, right? For 7 or 8
Mm-hmm.
months, I didn't even take. I just didn't have any. I didn't advertise. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Was word of mouth, and then all of a sudden it started picking up a little bit, and then I started getting back in the chamber again, getting
Mm-hmm.
word of mouth started getting out there. So now I'm getting busier and busier with that. But
That chamber is so good.
it is. Clay Chamber is the best chamber, I think. In my opinion, I've lived here 25 years. And we've had, not to say that there hadn't been great people at that
Right.
chamber, but John really has a talent. And Catherine,
The engine behind
the-
that.
yeah,
Oh, I just met her at the mall today, so she could show me and
The,
me and Becky where we're going to
really?
be standing.
yeah.
And I had a little
um,
bit of input, and it got
Those two together
Yeah.
is
magic.
like, I can't imagine them not being,
Yeah.
We've got the best clay chamber right now.
And then all the extras, the people that support, and all the groups that I'm not
Yeah.
involved in,
Yeah.
that maybe I should get a little more involved in.
There you go.
I know.
There you go.
Well, as soon
So
as
you
I
have
can get the right employees and everything,
Yeah.
I'll have more Fridays.
Yeah.
So it'll get going.
yeah.
Where does Richard, and I know Richard will be the one to answer this, but I mean
Yeah.
you're around it a lot.
Yeah.
Where does it go next? I mean, bigger, and just let it grow as it grows. Is it an organically growing, or is it more advertising? Is it
Well, we've gotten some pretty big players that have wanting to come in, and we're going to be offering like so I'll just give you a little
Yes.
bit of taste.
Yes.
So one of
Tease
the
us.
things, one of the things I think was really important that Tom and I didn't have. He had great benefits, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't have a cancer policy. We didn't have
Ooh.
very limited life insurance, right?
I have none.
Fortunately, we were in a situation where Tom lived 5.5 years, and there was cars were paid for, kids were out of college, so we were sticking money away, but we were spending a ton of money on health care
Yeah.
because we were doing everything that insurance doesn't pay for.
Right.
So we got blessed because we were just sticking away. And I sold a condo and blah, blah. But one of the things that I think Richard and Raina have American Federal Insurance Company.
Right.
And I, being able to go out into a business, we can go into any business and craft a program for you. We can do a program on wellness, mental health. We can offer insurance products, and you don't have to go away from what you're already offering your employees. But we have also an estate planning part that's been added. That's in the works.
So you're doing both of this. So you have
And it's really, really good because what we see out there is a big deficit. And
Right.
what people understand,
Yeah, I'm lost.
it's not a matter of when you get cancer.
It's a matter. Oh, I got
or
you.
if you get it. To me,
Right.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. It's
Yep.
not a matter of if.
Yep.
For a lot of people, it's a matter of when.
Yeah. And
When
if
is-
you and you're saying if we do preventive, that can be avoided.
Yeah, and being ready, knowing mentally you've made preparations for things that you've in your life. Like if you're in your 30s and 40s and you got colon cancer,
Right.
what would you do? How would your
didn't
family
even
survive?
think about it. Yeah.
Like we're not talking about like we're in our late 50s.
Right.
Like Tom's 52.
Right.
We're kids are finally. Well, we were lucky. What if Tom had been 40?
Mm.
I'd be working the rest of my life.
I can't believe you're saying you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean I think that's
Lucky.
just a testament to how you view life. To
Yeah.
even get that out of your mouth. We're lucky
Well-
he got sick and passed at 50.
That's the way he was too, though.
Both of y'all
one
were?
time, Tom was very positive. There was one moment where, and I'm not going to say in any shape, form, or fashion was he ever glad that he got cancer.
100%.
But if you had it, it made him see a perspective of life that he appreciated in a great way.
I understand that.
You wake up every day and the coffee smells so much more
Yep.
aromatic
Yes.
than it did before you got cancer. It's your walk in life becomes such this precious every holiday, every birthday, every, you live. Why can't we do that every day without cancer?
Right.
And so I think that's why
Why does it take a death,
catastrophic
to
for
get
you to appreciate life.
right when it's in the Bible?
But there was so much, like Tom would go into a restaurant and connect with somebody, and he'd spend 45 minutes talking with them about his positivity and not being negative and cancer and,
Did he ever? I'm going to ask a back question. You don't have to answer this. Did he ever, in private, get in the car and get irritated and pissed off?
Do
And
you know if he did? I never saw it.
that's a
And we were
freaking
super
master.
close. Super close.
Because the reason I say it is because I do have the opportunity to help people, and
I'm sure he did. I mean, I can't imagine
Yeah.
how he couldn't have.
oh no, I don't know that he did because I know
but
men.
He did not.
Yeah,
Never showed it.
Okay, when I get to heaven, me and Tom are going to talk.
Never
How'd
showed
you
it.
do it?
I know.
You're so good. And then I know another gentleman in Fleming
Yeah.
Island that is a good man that had a dear wife who had surgery on her wrist. And it was, a matter of fact,
Really?
yeah, and it was in 2015, and it was we were all in high school. All the kids were in high school, and she was the light of our group, and she was the light of his eyes.
Yeah.
To this day, he is. That's okay for you. It's okay to go years being in love.
Yeah.
You just stay in
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
until God goes, you know what? Or maybe he never does. Maybe it's just such a perfect love, nothing's ever going to get there.
Yeah. I don't. I think
Me, I would probably mourn for about.
I didn't.
I'm gonna
see
get slapped.
I didn't see my. You
I'm
better
a guy.
watch it. You better
What would
watch
Tom
it.
say? What would Tom? Honey, I love you. But
Oh man,
Yeah,
Tom. I think when bad things happen, like people lose their job,
Yeah.
right, and they're just devastated, catastrophic, don't know how to come out of it, depressed. I look at that well, for me, it means that God had a plan for me, and I wasn't willing to get out of that
there it
place
is.
I was in.
There it is. I don't move without pain.
God wasn't, so I wasn't going to move because I was comfortable. So God moved me.
Yep.
And that's to me kind of how, and Richard said something to me one time. I don't even know if I should say this or not, but
Pause and think about it for a
I
second.
forget where we are. I'll tell you this. One time I said to Richard, happily ever after is just not in the plan for me. Like it's just obviously it's just not. And he looked at me, I think it was like a couple of days later, he came back and he said, you said something the other day about a happily ever after not being God's plan for you. And I said, yeah. And I said, I just don't really see that. I mean, I don't understand what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I was a really good wife. Like, now what do I do? And he said, well, have you ever thought that you were Tom's happily ever after?
It wasn't about us.
Yeah. Have you ever thought that he placed you in his life because he knew he was going to need you? And there's still an opportunity out there for happily ever after. And I don't think in those terms, but
Sure.
I do. It did give me comfort.
You
It
allow
did
yourself to
make
look
me-
at it just for a second.
Yeah, well,
That's
it just
healthy.
made me feel different. It made me feel like I had a purpose, and I know what that purpose was.
And right now, this is my purpose.
and now, right now, this is my purpose.
And then it
Yeah.
becomes Forrest Gump one day. I think
Yeah,
I'm going to go get in love.
Jenny.
I'm going to get in love with Jenny.
It won't be a Jenny.
Well, I was going to say, if
It
you're with
won't be-
Jenny,
it
we're
won't be a-
going to have a whole
Sorry,
nother
it
podcast.
won't be a Jenny.
How did you go from
Not for
there to
me.
this?
Sorry.
I was saying Jim or something. I was going to go that route, but that's
No,
okay.
I'm just.
that was
but
cute.
Anyway,
I in all seriousness, to even consider that,
Yeah.
I don't think you have to sit here and give it long thought. This is just
Yeah.
a redneck terminology. I think you ease the same way God eases me into other situations. If He really wants me there, He doesn't need my help.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But how long did it take you to come to that conclusion?
the last time I broke out in handcuffs. Oh, I'm dead serious. Yeah. Y'all think I'm joking.
Oh, my
It
gosh.
was 2015. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he had I would
Mhm.
tell you something I've never told on the podcast. I was called into the ministry.
Really?
Yeah. That's why the gift and all that you talk about.
See, I could see
Yeah.
that.
It was youth ministry.
I could see that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Brett,
Yeah,
I could see that.
I know. And you go, why
So-
don't you? I know. Here it comes. Because now I don't get to stand in front of many. I get them one at a time.
And you make your
Damn it.
impact.
Joby ain't never invited me to sit down with him and chit chat. So I get Nathan Dowd. I drag him in here. So
Oh my gosh.
we have. If you have not
Yeah.
ever seen that, if y'all have
I
not seen that,
will.
find the Nathan Dowd one.
I will.
Biblical, and you'll start all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden all this stuff, the felt Jesuses that I knew right where
Yeah.
to put them,
Right.
and we start talking Bible, and I. So for me, the seek and ye shall find,
Yeah.
I hold on to really dearly
Mhm.
because I had a warped. And I'm not saying that everybody in that church was warped at growing up or what have you, but for me, I had a warped sense of what God was.
Well, I won't say that I didn't too.
Yeah. I mean, I hung on to the
Yeah.
hellfire and brimstone.
I mean, I think we've all been church hurt.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's-
Religion is Satan's greatest handiwork.
religion is very hard.
Yeah.
And if you put your faith in a person,
Yep.
you're going to get disappointed.
I
every
watched the
single
church
time.
fall.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was a freshman in college, and he was very important in my life, and he was a man's man.
Yeah.
And I was away when it happened, and we were a very small. We were about
Yeah.
church about 700, and we'd grown from 50 to say over the years, and then it rattled me for a while.
Well, you know, I don't think there's one perfect person in this world, right? So if you do go to a church, and I think it's important, but if you do go to a church, you have to always think that you're going to an imperfect church to love a perfect God.
I was 19. I was 17 when I was in college, so which I should not have been. My parents should have held me back 1 year. I was. I mean,
You know,
I went.
I was 17 when I graduated from high school.
Yeah, I just turned. October is my birthday, so October
September.
30th. Scorpio.
Yeah. Virgo.
Yeah, I didn't think you were
I
Scorpio.
call myself a Libra though because I was premature.
Okay, and if we do the 13 months,
Yeah.
I'm not a Scorpio
See?
because I fit a lot of it, but there's some I don't
know.
fit. Like the sensitivity and the empathic kind of whatever this is that
Yeah.
God has allowed me to develop. Well, it was through trauma as a childhood. You know,
Yeah.
nobody ever touched my pee-pee or anything, but it was a lot. I like that to be known. I just want to get out there. So,
Yeah.
but there's people going, oh my gosh, Brett, I don't care. It's my podcast.
That's right.
And God was already here. Okay. He'll come back. Just give it a second. So, but I learned how to read a room,
Yeah.
how to read a twitch of an eye. And was this the moment to leave the room, or am I going to get in trouble? And I took that into religion, and because it was religion to me.
Yeah.
And I could fill out all the Bible verses, you know, in Sunday school, but it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't this walking, breathing friend that sits with me and whispers in my ear, you know, that he is today. It took a long path.
It did. It did.
But I
me
didn't
too.
want it. I didn't want that. I didn't want to have that kind of relationship because it was boring. That's no
Yeah.
fun.
It's not.
I was listening to the whispers, and I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was listening to whispers. I was like, yeah,
Really?
who's that? I don't have fun. Oh, I have lived just about every dream I ever wanted to live, and they weren't all positive. They weren't all positive dreams. Affirmation?
Really?
Oh, absolutely not. Oh no, I would. No, I was going to have money.
Yeah.
I was going to have cars. I was going to have a big house. I was going to, because I'd grown up this way and that way, and damn it, I was going to get there. And I started out as a school board, Duval County School Board, as a custodian, and I started grinding, you know, and I got into retail and did well, and
Yeah.
and now I'm in the season of ass kicking. And I sit here and mourn and have self-pity. Watch how this stuff works. Who cares who's watching? I sit here and
Yeah, I wanna hear
mourn
this.
and have
Keep going.
self-pity.
Keep going.
Yes.
Yeah,
and have
I wanna hear
self-pity and I want to boo-hoo. And I have my
Yeah.
moments. And I've had my depression, my gut check of business and life. And
Yeah.
everything's going to change. And then I sit here and I think about Tom.
Yeah.
I can't really, because I can go get a job even selling cars.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking car salesman. It's not my favorite job. But if I had to, I can go make 6 figures selling
Right.
cars.
Right.
Come see me. He can't.
Mm-mm.
And so
No.
what am I bitching about? Because I'm going to keep my house. It's
And
Florida.
do you know he had a granddaughter born, his first grandchild, right? Spencer and Maddie, they married, beautiful wedding, she went into labor the day of his service. So he never got to see his grandbaby. And there's a whole nother story I could tell you about her name. We might be running out of time.
There is no time. I don't even look at my watch.
Okay, so
Ever.
the day after, this is how that to me, that's just how I know there's a God.
Yeah.
There's 2 things that have happened, in my life. That one was a catastrophic car accident. I was hit by a drunk driver.
Trauma.
On Highway 30 in Destin, Florida. Just left my sister's restaurant. Drunk driver hits me the state trooper said they measured, and that's how they calculate
Yes.
how fast, about
Yep.
120.
Wow.
And it,
T-bone or?
right in the rear end. I was at a red light, but this is the story. I was at a red light, right? I'm leaving the restaurant. I was there to get her kids for the
Right.
weekend because they had just opened up the restaurant. The kids were there all
Right.
the time, and I was going to
Give her a
take 'em.
break.
Yeah.
Right.
So I got there, and Grace had a fever. And my sister said, Chris doesn't want her to go. That's her husband. She said she needs to stay with us.
They
And
wouldn't have made it.
I was mad.
Yeah.
I was like, are you kidding me? I just drove 5 hours to come and get these kids. And my kids were grown, so those kids were like my little play
Yep.
things,
Yep.
BB, BB, BB.
Right.
So I had a dog in the car, and I took the dog out of the front, out of the back, out of her metal carrier, put her in the front. Grace came outside. She had a little low-grade fever. And I'm
Right.
thinking to myself, I raised 2 kids, but you don't think I could take care of a fever?
Right.
I'm like, whatever. I was so mad. I get down the road, and the light was red. And then all of a sudden, it turns green, just like that. Like the minute I let off the gas, it just turns green. And I'm like, well, that is the strangest red light I have ever seen. So I sped back up. Well, the car comes up, and it's going so fast, I actually couldn't tell it was a car because I saw the flash of it in my rearview mirror, but it was higher than my car and
Yeah.
going so. I thought it was a plane.
Yeah, like landing or go.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought it was a plane, like they're landing. So, and it just hit me, and it spun me into the oncoming traffic, 4-lane, down a median, swirled me around into oncoming traffic that didn't hit me, back down through the median, and then back up over, and then my car perfectly parked between a concrete pole and a drop-off, like a 6-foot drop-off. So I'm sitting there just in shock.
Yeah,
I don't even know that I have no back seat. My tires are gone.
The whole back of the
The
car is
whole
gone?
back of the car is just crushed,
Desecrated,
and
yeah,
desecrated.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pushed in, and this knee's jammed into the. Well, anyway, long story short,
Those kids wouldn't have made it.
Oh no, they would have been dead.
Yeah.
And then her brother-in-law watches the whole accident, gets to the car, realizes it's me. So he calls, her, Grace, and all of them come. And anyway, I get to the ER.
Was
and
the dog okay?
The dog lived. The
Okay,
dog was,
you were holding. That was a
dog-
cliffhanger.
Well, the
I'm getting there.
the dog was. I had put the dog in the front,
Right, so-
in a
right,
pillowed
right.
little bed, a
And
dog
you
bed.
protected him.
And that dog bed had pushed that dog. That dog went. I saw the dog go up into the ceiling, but then back down under the floorboard,
Like a
You had
tube
to,
ride.
We had to pull. We had to dig
Yeah.
her out because the bed had enveloped her.
So it did a 360.
Yes.
It was a flying dog bed.
Yes. So
Bless his
I
heart.
lived. I walked out of that wreck, Brett. But this is where I almost felt like you could stab me to death right now and I wouldn't die because
Purpose.
I heard music, the most beautiful orchestra music I'll cry. I've never been able to tell this without crying that I've ever heard. Like I used to listen to classical music
Yep.
after that just to try to find that sound, and I've never found it. It was
getting out of the car.
during the whole wreck, I didn't even feel scared. I put my hands up over my chest, but that music, It was so loud, and I had no CD playing.
He put a headphone on you.
No, Brett, I'm telling you right now that I had no fear.
God's back, by the way, if you want to know. I'll shut up. God's back.
I've had no fear. I knew I was going to die. I knew that I was about to get hit and killed, but no one hit me. And then when I landed, all these people were coming up, you know, trying to help me, get me out of the car.
I mean, they think
door
you're
wouldn't open, you know, And then my sister's brother-in-law says to me, Bernie, Belinda, don't look back. Just keep looking forward. Don't look back. Just keep looking forward. And I'm like, why can't I look back? Why? I didn't even know. I had a suitcase in the back of my car that was opened on Highway 98, and all my kids' Robin Hood figures that I had been saving forever that was in the trunk that I was taking to them thinking they might want it.
Right. That was
it was all over Highway 98. And I actually walked out. Like, I walked out of that wreck. So we get to the ER, and anyway, long story short, but that's how I know that was my miraculous. There is a God.
That's not a coincidence.
No.
My mentor who passed told me, write down every coincidence and tell me there is no God.
Yeah, there's a God.
That didn't just happen.
Yeah. And then one time going to the Panhandle, I was really bad about going late at night, and I would, I fell asleep. And then the next thing you know, I'm face to face with a semi going the wrong way. And that was a huge wake up call, but I should have just been killed, and I wasn't. And that was when I knew, okay, well, when there's a purpose.
Yeah.
You know.
Did Tom help you? And I'm not saying in speaking to you, but in going through that process, in the understanding of death and what to. I mean, like as you get there, you have things that I can't.
Well, I would get upset and cry about his mouth, or the fact that he couldn't eat, or the pain, because in the end, it was a lot of pain.
Yeah.
It was the most excruciating pain that I've ever witnessed anyone go through. My sister died with multiple myeloma, and I remember her being in some extreme pain.
Right.
But Tom was
just because it was all through his body,
and it had just gotten to that point.
Yeah.
And I think because we did all those holistic things, I think we kept it at bay as long as we could.
Can I ask you something? Do you believe in assisted suicide? If he got to that point.
No, I don't. You know why? And he
Why?
didn't either. Because he said that Jesus
I'm glad
suffered.
you answered this.
Jesus suffered. And in the Bible, it doesn't say that we're free of suffering. It says that he will be there.
Yeah.
He'll take us home. But he doesn't guarantee us a pain-free life.
Yep.
Pain is a result of sin in the world. And
Preacher McCormick used to always say, I did a small episode before y'all even came in with some stuff I'm going on. I don't know if I'll ever air it, but Preacher McCormick used to always say, Brett, Harvest Baptist, he's old school. He had Camp Tracy from years back, used to help the young children, and then it got his brother cat in. I don't mind telling him, and there's grace and mercy for everybody.
right.
But he brought on some ugliness, and they were able to shut that thing down. It was named after his son who died. And I remember one day he had a bunch of, and I've told this on here a bunch, and I'm going to tell it a bunch more, because it's a big part of it. These simple things keep me on path.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there, and he had all this fruit and vegetables that he was supposed to sell, because they had a farm, and that fed the kids in there at Camp Tracy. And nobody wanted these kids. And the guy stood him up, and it was 2004, and I was sitting, I just bought a Nissan Titan, and I was sitting in his big old pasture with a bunch of bulls, and I'm trying to protect my truck, and he's got a beat-up truck, and he's pulling this vegetables. He said, Brett, see these vegetables? They're going bad. The guy's not going to buy them from me. He was talking real short. He's sitting in the truck. He goes, so I need the money, but I'm not going to get it. So I'm going to go donate these. See you later. He said this. He said, I don't know that God much cares. This is how he said it. I don't know that God much cares what happens to me.
Yeah.
I think he cares how I respond to what happens to me.
Oh, wow.
And that was 2004.
Wow.
So for 21 years, I have gone for the first 10.
God cares what happens.
Okay, hang on. Let it linger. Because I could be dead wrong.
Yeah.
I could be dead wrong. Because for the first 10 years, I was there. I was like, I think God cares. I think he wants to spoil me. I think he wants to.
I do believe that.
I don't disagree. But for me, and I'm not going to go any deeper because this is a journey that maybe somebody will go
can
on.
get real deep.
It irritated me. No, he's wrong.
Yeah.
He's wrong. And I kept letting it play in my head. I was looking for similarities, not the differences, because I knew him to be a biblical man.
Right.
And so, and much more godly than I could ever be if I started from today to the end, and just an honorable man.
Yeah.
And so, and I knew he was deep in the Bible. And so I believed that he believed it. And I let it sit there for a while. And I am leaning more and more. Otherwise, I got a lot of freaking questions for God right now because I'm 10 years in. This has been a 10-year war.
Wow.
10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one day I'll probably tell the story.
You know, it's funny because that's what, and when Pastor Tim, he actually talked about Tom in the service the next Sunday after seeing him, because he said it wasn't what he expected. He said, I went to see
He's
Tom.
seen a bunch.
And he said it was more of his passion to understand. And he said, and Tom moved him. He said, Tom moved him. He said, I went there to help him, but I was the one that was helped. And he
How
said,
many times we heard that?
and I got in the car and called my dad immediately.
Even while he's hurting.
Yeah.
That's a sort of polish, by the way. That's biblical. I mean, I'm Peter. So I love Jesus. I don't know that son, bitch. You know, leave me alone.
You know, I don't think, I don't know. Nobody's perfect.
No.
Nobody's perfect. We all have.
Oh,
we all fall
listen, I
short.
hug who I am because now I understand the umbrella of grace and mercy. I can't earn anything.
Yeah.
It's a gift. I have to unpeel it.
That's
my
right.
job. I have to unpack it. That's it.
And if you've known, you know, for me, like if you've known love,
Yeah.
like real love, like really, you know, you're blessed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people never get that.
I don't know that.
And I have that.
I have with my children and all and family, but I mean, like
Yeah.
But I think it's as much a problem in this head as it was like people trying to show me. I think there's people trying to show me love.
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept it
Well,
because you're just gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
And I'm not like still
Jaded
there,
and
but
all that,
I'm jaded.
You're jaded.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm jaded.
Oh.
Oh, I'm jaded.
Okay, we have to get you
I
unjaded.
don't know. Okay, we're going to ease into this. I'm at least saying it out loud. I don't trust people because the closest people. I mean, what story would you like to know?
Let me tell you, you don't even know all my stories yet, but I had a really hard time trusting. And you know what? A little fun.
From love, from relationships, from family.
From love to
okay, we don't want to destroy family. So remember,
too, you know, I thought we had this perfect family growing up, but anyway, we won't go on that road.
Okay, good.
But there is, I forgot what I was going to tell you now. It was important.
Sometimes it wasn't.
Maybe it wasn't.
You were talking. Well, I was talking about being jaded. That's okay. We'll keep going.
We'll keep going.
For me, it's the effort put in and the results given out. And I know I need it. Listen, I mean, I need to be, you need to have accountability brothers, you know, and I need like-minded people in my life. And I find it, when you get close to people, it often is a one-sided street. Hang on, in a warped way, I make it a one-sided street.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's as often as me as much as it is them.
Yeah.
And I haven't.
You know, I think communication, people don't communicate.
I'm a master communicator.
Are you?
And I can't get done what. Okay, I love communicating. And I will communicate clearly what I need. I did it this week, and I sat, instead of writing somebody, I sat and waited Saturday and Sunday. Nothing got done.
Really?
Yeah. And we're in intense moments, and we have to move quick.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I wasn't following. And I'm like, I've been doing this 30 years.
What do you have to do to get that intensity
there it is.
planted in
You
somebody
cannot.
else?
You cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot. It's not that you're born with it. It can be taught. But if you are unwilling, it's impossible. Yeah. I'm not God. If you're unwilling, Moses.
Well, you're exactly right. If you're unwilling, you don't have anything to work with.
So So the answer is, and I'm not God. No, this is news to me, by the way. I did not know this in my 30s that I was
Guess
not
what,
going right.
Brett? I have news for you.
Right. I have a devil
are not
voice.
God.
I know. Yeah, no, I know that now. So when you're standing in front of Judge Collins and then
Yeah.
afterwards you're looking at 2015, I lost everything. I mean everything. And it was due to no
Really?
fault of my own.
Yeah.
It was a corporation, way too long of a story. I was a franchisee. They went away and all my furniture was still in the warehouse and because I was in between changing stores. And so I was not considered an honored debtor by the receiver. And so I lost everything. So when I opened up my store, it was a line of credit and credit cards. And if it didn't cash flow in 3 months, I was going to be working for somebody,
Yeah.
which is not the worst thing in the world, but I had never done it. And God was good and
Wow.
blessed. And, and there was miracle after miracle. And yet,
Wow. I
It-
can't even.
well, I'm trying
Yeah.
to think how to say this. And yet it didn't work out like I thought.
Yeah.
And so, like you said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to change if this is grooving. No, this is grooving. Like this business is grooving.
Yeah.
And this business is
Yeah.
self-sustaining. It just doesn't pay all my bills. And so the other business did. And so now that waned, now what? So I'm in a transition. This can hold. But I'm in a transition of, I have a daughter in college and,
Yeah.
and I've been a business owner
You've
my whole
gotta make-
life.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm
You
still a
still
business
have
owner
to
here,
make
but
ends meet.
got to make ends meet.
Yeah.
I live below my means.
Yeah.
I'm not a
And plan for your
extravagant.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there isn't I bought this building
Yeah.
and I've thrown everything at it. So
Well, it's amazing, by the way. First time I've been in
well,
here,
thank
and
you.
I'm telling you what, I cannot wait to come back
Well,
and
thank
take my
you.
time.
Yeah.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
I didn't think this is really,
it's
really
bigger.
cool.
Yeah, and that it's bigger than it looks and all that.
Yes.
I hear that all the time. My
Yes.
wife and them and my brothers and his sister, they won't let me put it's bigger than it looks. I literally, this is no joke. You cannot believe this if you want. You'd have to
You
get to know
should.
me. I said that without thinking when I was with my sister. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm thinking about putting on some shirts, and I was with Becky. Was it Becky or my sister? I don't remember. I bounce around so much.
Yeah.
It might have been
Yeah.
Becky. And I said, I want to do a shirt because everybody, I bet you out of 10 women, 3 or 4 go, man, this is bigger than it looks. And so I didn't think, I said, you know what, we should do a V1 shirt and on the back do it's bigger than it looks.
You should put a sign out by the road that says,
No,
"Come
every
on in,
woman.
it's bigger than it looks."
Okay, see, every woman, when I said that, they just went like this. And they were waiting for me. and
No, I think it makes perfect sense.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not getting boycotted for being sensual. And I had no idea. And I was sitting there and they're all looking at me or Becky or whoever. They didn't say anything. I was like, oh.
Funny.
So
Yeah.
no, we're not doing, but it's 10,000 square feet. So and it's a small cottage up front. So it's really long. So
Yeah.
it looks bigger than it's bigger than it looks. So anyways,
It's bigger.
okay, let's move on. Dig out of that one. So we got your 2.
Yeah.
Do these pop in your head often? The 2, like the wreck and the falling asleep
Yeah.
at the wheel.
Yeah, the wreck happened about 16 years ago. And before that was when the falling asleep at the wheel happened. So that one kind of like shook me a little
Right.
because I literally don't even know how I missed that semi. Like I opened my eyes up, he was blowing the horn and I was right there. And I don't remember jerking the wheel.
Yep.
But anyway, the wreck,
The
I
music.
actually shared this wreck with the Van Zants.
Did you really?
Yeah, because the Van Zant brothers were in Orange Park Medical Center visiting their sister,
Right.
and the pastor comes down, Pastor Benjamin, and he says, and it was right after the wreck, and
Right.
he goes, listen, he goes, I want you to come up and tell your story, what happened to you, to Donnie and Johnny, and so I went up and I told him what happened, but anyway, and I actually, when I see Donnie, he remembers me. We've talked.
Well, it's a powerful
several
story.
times. Yeah. Yeah.
So
it
I'm
is.
not one that believes until tonight.
Yeah.
No BS.
Well, listen. Okay, so I'll
going.
finish
Go.
this.
Go.
We'll close out on this.
Okay,
though,
go.
Okay, or however
Yeah,
much time you
understood.
have. So
You're gonna make me
when-
look at my watch. Okay, we're good.
the right after Tom's service, Maddie goes into labor during the service,
Right.
so she does get to go to the luncheon afterwards and spend a little bit of time with some people, and then they go off to the hospital. And my heart was broken because he didn't even get to hold, but I honestly think it was God's design because the sadness, I didn't
Of
want
touching
them,
and then being
the sadness for Tom if he saw that baby and
then-
held it, and then he wasn't going to get to be here. And then the sadness for Spencer to see his dad hold that baby.
I get it.
Knowing,
Yeah.
So I just think sometimes it played out the way it was supposed to
Yeah.
play out, and God, and he sees the baby. I think I'm a firm believer in that.
Your tears are healing.
Yeah. So the day after the service, I've got family at my house. I get up about 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to make coffee. Coffee pot won't work, and I'm like, this is not good. Like, this is really
Right.
not good. I'm livid.
Right.
Like I'm about to have a meltdown
Right.
now
Because
because
all the-
everything is going to start falling apart
Right.
because Tom isn't there, and
Right.
Tom was the fixer of everything. So my son comes out of the back bedroom and he goes, "Mom, what's wrong?" And I said, "The coffee pot's not working." And he looks at it and we unplug it, plug it back in. We do all the stuff. It's still not working. I'm like, "Well, I got to go get dressed then because I got to have coffee for these
Right.
people. I'm not." So we're standing there, and then all of a sudden he's looking at the coffee pot, and this bird comes up and it's sitting on top of the umbrella by the pool. And I said, "Jonathan, look at that." I said, "That's a dove." And he looks out the window and he goes, "Yeah, it's big, beautiful dove, like just big, beautiful dove." Now, how I even know that was a dove, probably because, growing up in the Panhandle, dove
Yeah.
shoots happen.
Yes.
So, but in my lawn, where I'm at on Doctor's Lake,
Right.
it's predator birds.
Right.
I don't see a lot of
No.
dove ever.
No, I lived on Lakeshore Drive West for 23
Yeah,
years.
I don't
There's
see,
no dove.
No.
There's the hawks,
So
and they get them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this dove
The osprey.
goes from the umbrella top to the kitchen windowsill, and it's just sitting there, and it's just staring at me like it's just perched right there. Well, I turned to go get my phone to take a picture of it, and it flies away. So I say to Jonathan, "I just cannot believe how beautiful that bird was. It was just really unusual." So I plug the coffee pot back in, try it one more time, and the coffee pot works perfectly. So about an hour and a half later, we get this message from Spencer, and it says Sylvia
No.
Dove entered the world. They named her Dove, and no one ever knew what her name was going to be. He had never shared. We didn't know it was going to be Sylvia, and we sure didn't know her middle name was going to be Dove.
God knew you needed that
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
And
so
you've carried that and opened that a
Yeah.
million times, haven't you?
I have, because to me, how can you even think that there's no correlation to there being a superior being or being a God? There is. There is.
Yeah, they
I
always,
would-
and I think this is getting towards the end. They always ask, well, what about the people that don't have a Bible? You just experienced it.
Yeah.
And that seeking ye shall find. I think if you're looking for the truth,
Yeah.
they may not call it God.
Yes.
They may call it the sun God.
They might.
And
Yeah.
then as they grow and learn, and I
Yeah.
mean, I was down in Brazil a lot, and there are indigenous people that have never met any white person or anything.
And never read a Bible.
Never read a Bible, and
they
yet know of
believe.
God. Absolutely.
See, I don't think you have to know all the minutiae of it.
No.
Tom loved the details, and he loved the,
Yeah.
but for me, I just know what I know.
Yeah.
And I know that day when I heard music in my car, that
You
I
can't
had-
deny that.
I don't know how to explain it to you, but I love music. I'm
Yeah.
a huge music buff, but I've never heard anything like it.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder who God put in place of music once Satan fell.
I don't know. That's a
That just
very-
pop. Nathan Dowd, look it up. Text me. I just popped in my head. I wonder, because when
That's
you
really
said that
good.
beautiful sound, his voice, his.
Brett, it was not anything that I have ever heard.
No, I get it.
Okay, I've seen Andrea Bocelli in concert. I have.
Wow.
I love all kinds of music. I love blues. I love jazz. I love it all. I've never heard the kind of sound that I heard in my car. And it was just such this peace over me. Like I should have been so afraid and fearful and freaking out. And I was, and I said, I'm going to die and I'm okay with it.
Wow.
And I just don't know how you be like that. So anyway.
Where does it take you now? I mean, obviously you and I are going to talk again because you have you have a lot of depth to you. We haven't unpeeled half of it. You're like an onion. We're going to keep unpeeling. And I mean, you have all this wealth of godly wisdom.
Yeah.
So you have grandkids and you have kids and you talk to them a lot. But I mean, mom still has another purpose. And yeah, it's this, but do you get to talk to them individually?
Do you know how guilty sometimes I feel that I haven't moved back to the Panhandle to be around my boys? Because I've lived here for 25 years. And they're there. And, you know, one was grown when I moved here. The other one was senior in high school or junior in high school. And then he moves back to the Panhandle. I guess, you know, I've thought about it and I'm not ready to not make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm just not. And
Me neither.
And I know I could make a difference there, but God's placed me for some reason. I tried to go home twice when my mom was really sick. I applied for 2 jobs. I went to Tallahassee, applied for a job at the hospital, and the lady was on maternity leave, and then all of a sudden she decided she's going to come back. So I didn't get that opportunity. And then I applied at West Florida Hospital, and then they did a layoff in October and decided to eliminate that position. So and then I met Tom. So I knew, you know.
The same that brought you the dove later was we get guided.
Yeah. And now I just I don't know what my purpose is. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be.
I don't know is the 3 most valuable words I have today.
Yeah.
Because I get to say, I don't know.
Yeah.
My kids will ask me questions. I don't have to know everything.
You don't.
I don't know. I'll pray about it.
Trust.
Sometimes I have to move my foot before I even know where he wants me to fall. Yeah. And just do the next right thing.
And you know, no matter how bad the storm is, it doesn't storm forever. The sun still comes back out.
Yeah. I'm at the beginning of it, so I hate that. I hate even hearing it. Yeah. But it's so true. It's so true.
It is. And it's, you know.
And my go through is nothing of what Tom and being riddled with cancer and things of that nature. And thank you for being open.
You're welcome.
You are going to be amazed when you watch this back.
That we were recording, so
I know
this is not good.
No, it is absolutely good. Everything that was, let me tell you, because I pay very close attention. Everything that you said, there is value with the people.
So thank you.
No,
thank you
from
for having me.
Listen. Oh, wait till you hear it.
For seeing me and having me.
Oh, I knew right away. I mean, when we,
Yeah.
it's just, there's energy. We are kinetic energy people, and you and Tom had an energy, and it doesn't always have to be sexual or sensual. It can be platonic.
Yes.
And when I met you, it was obvious that you had been through things, and so and you become an empath. I didn't ever use this word. Becky used the word, and I was like, "Shut up! What are you talking?" Yeah. I've done a lot of research on empath and where it comes from and how it's developed, and you've been through a lot of trauma. Yeah. There's PTSD there. Do you ever have the visuals that are just it's real as it can get?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm so bold in saying this stuff.
I'll say this, and we'll get into this another day because I don't want to ever bring any disrespect to my father because he was an amazing man. Yeah. Raised 6, amazing kids. He was a father, more than that, but he was tough. He was really tough. Yep. Very disciplined, very hard, and he was an alcoholic. And so I will say, at an early age, I think I had to learn to love 2 different people. I loved the man that walked without the drink, but when he drank, he was a different person, and that was really hard. And so I just learned how to navigate that, and I think that set me on a course for.
You're in tune with people, which also makes you a great salesperson.
Well, thank you.
When you look at salespeople and everything, a lot of them have been through. So I'm going to start doing little not litmus tests, but little research on my own. Like when I run into people, and if they're open with me, which a lot of people are, and I haven't, I do click with a lot of people because I give a damn. But I want to study salespeople and where they come from. The greatest salespeople.
Wait till you meet Richard.
The greatest business people.
That's
None of them came from a smooth lifestyle.
No.
Almost every one of them are super. Listen, they're super sensitive. We're touchy as hell. You can't tell me what to do. We're hard headed as you're gonna get. And some people just outright hate you. It's just you're not. You're hard. I got with Catherine today. Yeah. I'm just gave one little piece of opinion, and she was no. It's like this, and I hushed. Yeah. because I understood. She has so many moving parts. And I was even trying to tell her, and this is funny. This is not like, I love Catherine. I was even trying to tell her.
She's amazing.
I don't know how she does all she does.
I
And
don't
so
either.
her mind, I could see it. We were at the mall and she was seeing where everything was going and she was talking it out. And I was just trying to tell her, listen, it's going to be good because this is not going to be a problem. What I said, we're not going to be a problem. She goes, oh, you're not a problem. She was then went on into validating me as why I'm not a little thing in the, she's just really good at oiling the.
She is.
It's amazing.
She is. She
and
is.
then know when to be a ball buster.
Yeah.
Because you got, I mean, she got to
can do
take
that.
she punches me in my gut, not literally, but verbally.
Right.
She
Yeah.
will.
She's good.
But to get done what
She's
they're having to
real.
get done, she's real.
Yeah.
She's
You
real.
get the real thing with her. And
But she struggles, and I'm not talking,
Yeah.
as we all do, and I'm not
Yeah.
like putting her on blast. I struggle, but we struggle, and she's willing to let it be seen. And I think there's healthy. I don't want somebody faking it with me.
I don't either. I
Like
like
the-
the real thing.
Like today, I promise you, 7 out of 10 people would have been offended the way she's shot it down.
Yeah.
I wasn't offended. I love it because now she told me exactly what she wants, and it makes perfect sense to me.
I deal well with that.
Yeah. Don't beat around the bush. Just tell me.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And then don't get your feelings hurt and not talk about it. Don't
yeah.
whine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What fun. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything more about the website? Did we get that?
OperationPositiveVibes.com.
Okay, Operation. I just want to nail it one more time.
BlueBagProject.com.
Bluebagproject.com. I wrote them down. They're
Yeah.
on the other page. I'll put them
Yeah.
up on the notes and everything. Thank you so much for tonight.
No, Brett.
Thank you for being open and honest.
No, this was a blessing.
Yeah,
I can't tell
this-
you how much I have enjoyed it.
You were an absolute
And I had
lady.
no idea what to expect.
I know. I don't either. That's why I don't do pre-interviews. And because
That's
I love
true.
watching God come.
Yeah.
And or whatever spirit you want to call it, I don't care. Whatever that higher power is for you,
Yeah.
It's fun to watch him come and be a part of because we are energy. And
We could get on a whole nother subject one day about all the stuff we discovered in California, but energy is amazing.
Kinetic.
Amazing. Yes.
when I learned as a child, I've said this on here and I'm going to keep saying it and they can all think
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I can feel different parts of my brain fire. I said it. I said it out loud.
Wow. I don't know that I have that. I don't know
Okay.
that I can feel
I
that.
don't know what
but-
part. I don't know what part
Yeah.
does what. And I started doing different things. Like right now, my front right is firing
Yeah.
hard right here. What is
Is it?
that? What is that?
I don't know.
Okay, we all will know. And
don't
whatever
know.
we're talking about, it always ties in the back left when it's or whatever when it's
We
creative.
had energy though. I did feel that.
Absolutely.
We did.
Because
I love this.
Authentic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'll end with this. Authenticity
Yeah.
is the most attracting, and I'm not talking about like sensual. I'm just meaning people. We're attracted to authenticity, and we're attracted to
Yep.
we're attracted to wounded people that are healed, or
Yes.
are in their healing
Yes. Healing.
because we feel the motion. It's the like you're going this way, and I don't even know which way you're going, but it's
Yeah.
that energy. However God laid it
is.
out, I got questions. I'm more than I have answers.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Episode 41 is going to come next week, and we're going to have in here. You don't get to know. You'll have to just come in next week. All right, stay
I
right
love
there.
it. Okay.
We're going to get our exit going. I'm going to
Okay.
get better at, so I'm doing this now by myself a little bit. So I didn't have this set up to hit my play. Hold, please.
Yeah, I learned to stay strong. Concrete in the dirt, I was raised on. Know how to put in work. Grinding all day, you know it's game on.
I love the 80s dance. I did it last week, and remember you did it. Didn't you?
Who did?
There's greatness inside.
Okay, now listen, you're still live, so don't you say
Oh, am
nothing.
I?
Oh yeah, no, I have
Okay,
not
I'm
hit.
still live.
I have not hit
So,
stop
yeah.
because I have to go to another
This
page.
has been great.
It's been
I
awesome.
can't wait.
And now we're gone.
Yes.
Deuces.